1v1. And as a team, they've gone on the longest run possible up until this stage, winning 4 series, only losing once. The Space Station Gaming, they're on a 3-series win streak against Team Secret from South America, Rogue from NA, Endpoint from Europe. Now they're looking to take down a MENA team, just keep collecting the regions one after another.
And what a story that would be. For every team that we've got here, which team is going to try and take down all the regions first, taking the regional infinity stones? HEET are the ones
Gamers8 aren't left to grab, they've all been eliminated, but this would be a massive upset. It would be one of the biggest upsets in Rocket League history if HEET can pull this off, not only playing against the currently, at this event, highest rated threes team, as Moist did not make an appearance, but also a team that are so known for their 1s and 2s prowess. I mean, they really are, the odds are stacked against HEET here, but they're already in the top 8. They've had such a great event. They're just trying to get one step further, like I said, double their money. 105,000 extra to the team that win this.
Unreal. It's a good amount of pressure, though, to kick it off from Falcons. HEET doing well to stand up to that force that's coming down on their net. TRK with a nice quick shot to start it. Ahmad wanting to take that towards the middle, up onto the backboard, and Khaled wanting to challenge. A couple of double commits coming out for HEET so far, but Falcons unable to push as hard as they would like, I imagine.
That's a quick up aerial there from Park, actually demoing Ahmad out of the play, but no one is able to follow up too quickly. Now, Razier's the one specialist who's been brought in for HEET to aid them in this format, has been performing in threes as well. He's already being lauded as one of the hottest prospects, one of the best free agents in the European scene, and for a good reason. He's really slotted into this team so easily and given them that defensive foundation.
It's going to be telling what the losing team picks in our second game once this one wraps up, because there's a bit of history between these two teams. There's Razier's coming into it unbeaten in 1 so far, and choosing both 1s and 2s in the matches they've been able to choose. And then Falcons, they've only played a single 2v2 and they were unable to win that. But the 1v1, you have to look at it and think HEET are going to be avoiding that like the plague.
And it's just such a statement start here for HEET that they've not conceded. Falcons such a quick team out the gate, but HEET knew that was coming at them. Been prepared for it. They've dodged all the demos in important positions up until now. Falcons not really a team that commit too hard for them. They like to swoop across the box in threes, make a quick attack, and then back into the rotation. They're all about the constant pressure, not that one big all-in move that other teams in the world prefer to go for.
Big threatening play from TRK as well as he moved down the pitch, taking out 2 of the HEET defenders in the aggressive half and also in the midfield. So TRK definitely somebody to watch out for. Arguably, you know, that best player in the world pushing for that title. Certainly making a case for it in London as well, coming second in the world alongside his wonderful teammates. But Falcons pushing yet again. HEET with just a few chances on there, and Falcons with an absolute handful.
They're trying to be cheeky here. Falcons trying to go low. They've gone high on a lot of plays. Keeping HEET honest. They don't want to get them into a pre-jumping rhythm. Still scoreless. This is similar to Falcons Gladiators game, which remained scoreless for a long time before Falcons really opened the floodgates. Still a very impressive stand from HEET. And we're looking at a series of best of 1s here, culminating, or combining, I should say, into a best of 7. That was actually a great chance, as both players miss the center ball.
As Jorby would call it, a whifty-whifty. Neither player being able to make the contact with it and faking each other out. And Khaled in the midfield going towards that left-hand side. Fori's challenging, and Razier's that 1v1 main on the side of HEET forgoes the ball and instead wants to attack Ahmad, who manages to stay continuing with it. 10 boost, and Fori's not able to get towards it before O'Callaghan can clear it away. TRK on that left-hand wing with 90 seconds remaining. Still drawn for Falcons and HEET. That tension building in our arena. Goes just above the crossbar, has to make contact, but TRK is here to score first.
Lovely setup by Khaled. He just 50-50s it into the backboard. Of course he does. It would be a controlled 50 from the man himself. TRK knew it was coming. He was more ready to attack the ball, and he had been quick to challenge the aerial plays for most of this game, but not that one. And Ahmad's seen the slow kickoff strat. He, I think, have tried to do something cheeky here. And Ahmad spotted the slow approach, and instead of hitting the ball into his opponent, he just drives right into it. It's either a mistake there from HEET or some kind of strategy gone wrong.
Birds of prey will typically stay in their own nest when it starts raining, but Falcons, when it rains with them, it absolutely pours instantly from one goal onto the second. And HEET doubling down on that loss. With a minute left, that ball floating dangerously towards their own net. Raziers,
oh wow,
managing to try to go for that attack, but Khaled bumped into the ball and gets a fantastic challenge.
Falcons just need to be careful here. There's not really been an offensive threat posed by HEET, who have been sitting back waiting for counter-attacking opportunities. They know that Falcons love to attack consistently. They love to use all three players on every offensive drive. That gives them an opportunity to snipe interceptions and try to pass the ball quickly downfield. The time's running out rapidly for that strategy to be effective. At this kind of point, they've really got to try and make a solo play happen. They've got to go a bit more quickly, as chances have been few and far between.
Zero boost, but TRK still managing to get that double tap, and now he wanting to work their way out of their own half. Final 30 seconds approaches. HEET needing 2 goals, otherwise they will be picking our second game mode as the losers of game number 1. TRK passing to himself defensively, gets it away. Pass central from Raziers to Faris, but takes that safe route into the corner. With 30 boost, Raziers has to work around a couple of players. TRK, though, counts as about 4 himself. Shot central from Faris, saved away again by the Falcons. No more chances can continue on that push. And so Falcons, game number 1, somewhat predictably going their way. And now it is up to HEET to pick their poison.
Make sure that TRK knows what's coming for him. It is, but you know, Raziers has a chance here. TRK, yes, he destroyed Jorias yesterday, but Raziers is a world-class talent. Let's see if he's got it.
TRK kicking things off with possession early and actually goes for a turtle goal. Instantly punished by Raziers, who can score on the open net. The thing about TRK, though, that mentality is unbelievably strong.
Yeah, he definitely messed that one up. It was somewhere between a reset and a 50-50, and being underneath the ball on a 50-50 doesn't really lend yourself to winning challenges, but Raziers doesn't need freebies like that from TRK. He's very capable of creating goal-scoring opportunities by himself. He's got a monstrous aerial game. He's got a brilliant positional ground game. And his defense is solid as well. This is a guy who has taken it to some of the best in the world. TRK with the boost starve will put in the equalizer. There was really nothing left. He's even taking the small pads here on the drive across the box. Literally 0 for his ears. Had to go and get a 12 outside the box. That left the net open.
Purely down to speed there. Once TRK manages to steal that mid boost and then the back right boost, it comes down to keep playing fast, steal the others, and you will wear Raziers down. So that continued attack is going to be gifting TRK his first goal of this 1v1 on Aquadome. Raziers, though, with that possession, wants to flick it over the top, but quite a weak flick, just trying to challenge TRK with that completely lateral momentum.
Yeah, he's setting up the boost steal there. Raziers knew that he could force TRK to jump, get his boost from the back corner, and then make a bigger play on the net. Double tap against the pre-jumping TRK. If you look at his boost steal in the top corner there, was completely stranded. That's why Raziers just went for what looked like a bit of a helpless flick. He wasn't really expecting to score. He's just taking the boost away. Both players really showing great boost management on consecutive goals.
Yeah, sending that ball towards him because TRK has to save it, leaves that boost completely vulnerable to a steal. Nice play from Raziers and a brilliant double tap as well. Chance to go for another one onto the backboard. TRK has to send that away from the net. Raziers back flipping 30 boost. TRK on absolutely 0. Picks up the 12. Will be pathing via those boosts. And despite having so little, those tiny pads get him a goal.
Well, that's interesting. It looked like TRK kind of panicked into a 50-50 here, but he made it work. So the initial flip there, TRK didn't think Raziers was so far away from the ball, but he managed to lean away from the ball after somewhat passing it into Raziers. So after Raziers tried to force a challenge, it just didn't happen. He only got one touch on the ball, then it was past him. So TRK really able to make something out of an initial blunder there, a bit of a panic, still gets a goal off it.
Raziers now going for another flick, has to force TRK onto it. And because he was so straight on with that ball, his momentum is going straight towards the goal, is unable to flick it high.
Raziers flicking early here. He anticipated a reverse challenge from TRK. TRK fake challenge extremely close to the ball. That's often followed up by a backflip into the ball, but it wouldn't have worked. Raziers flicked immediately, and TRK couldn't get a save on from a shadowing position. Raziers showing why it's such a safe strategy to flick early in once.
TRK now on his own attack. Raziers not being baited in by that fake attempt. A shot again going towards the net. Raziers has had so much pressure early on in this game. TRK unable to really work out that blue half, but still only 1 goal behind. Raziers, though, falling prey to that challenge. Can get back with about a 30 boost, and the mid-boost position will also be his. But the back left has spawned just in time for him. Raziers with the flick. TRK challenging wonderfully again. Do Falcons lose challenges?
Well, you know, TRK just knew exactly what to do here. He timed his challenge. It's precisely when the ball was bouncing. That's the one moment where Raziers can't change the vertical trajectory of the ball. He can pinch it straight forwards, or he can try and 50-50 it. And at that exact moment, TRK just gets as big as possible behind the ball, flips straight through the middle of it, and gives himself the best possible chance of winning the engagement.
Raziers with that mid-boost grab, though, and with TRK on 0, it's going to be an immediate answer straight off the kickoff. Interesting kickoff at that as well. We unfortunately won't be able to see it again, but just tripping up TRK on both of their journeys towards the middle.
Yeah, TRK thought he was getting another mid-boost race 1, but Raziers trips him up, and I think TRK flipped the wrong way after trying to correct that bump. Raziers continuing to put the pressure on TRK. We've seen most of the game in the blue half, as now TRK is trying to muscle Raziers off the ball. Raziers plays it to the far side back corner. That's where TRK makes a run to seal the boost. Raziers is on 0 here. And that means TRK is going to try and get a shot off as quickly as possible.
The speed.
Before the boost can be collected. And it works. Perfect control.
Raziers having to stay grounded for 2 reasons. First one, got no boost, can't really get that high. Second one, there's a TRK who wants to bump you out of the way. Is able to lean back, delays that ball nicely, can then tap it over and immediately tilts down to cover the block if Raziers by any chance is able to get in the way of it. 8 goals scored, 4 apiece, incredibly even.
Both players are playing such aggressive kickoff strategies. No boost available. There's that lovely little recovery strategy we saw from TRK against Joyas yesterday. Such a beautiful flip onto the ball, to the wall. He's showing that he's got that one in his back pocket whenever he wants. Now the fake wave dash shot. It looks like Raziers had the read on what TRK was planning. But his boost has still been stolen. Raziers on 27. He's managing it. He's not using any of that, knowing it's all he's going to have to play with for a while. TRK keeps stealing away hundreds, but that's a great play by Raziers. Controls the ball to the back corner. Now he's in charge of what this next play is going to look like.
TRK only on 20, but will be pathing via that back right corner. Go for the busty! Raziers showing up in style and bringing the heat.
That is disgusting. Raziers, with a traditional technique, leans forward into the back flip. And it works even now, halfway through 2022. Huge acceleration, completely unpredictable. TRK's pre-jump missed it. Looks like TRK might get a kickoff goal. The Raziers did not land on the mid-boost. He gets a bit of revenge. Raziers earlier tripped him up on his way to a mid-boost. Now it's the other way around. Big bump. Raziers wasn't ready for that one.
I know for a fact that Musty is in the crowd today, and he must have seen that. And I remember yesterday seeing a goal go in. I looked at him and said, that was a U flick. So I'm sure that he's happy that I'm not there to shout that at him today. But TRK able to get one, as you say, straight off the counter. Raziers unable to grab that mid-boost instead after being bumped. Good chance though for TRK to be pushing on him. Raziers with a flick over the top and a little bump. So, and a little bump avoidance rather. But mid-back corner boost grabbed by TRK. Has to have that in front of his net.
Well, that was not what I expected there. Raziers initially didn't go for the demo, then he did go for it very late. He's escaped from conceding, but now he's conceded possession. TRK bangs it on target. Raziers has actually got a lot of boost here, so that's not
that's the back off.
Yeah, not the best shot selection there, but he's passed it straight away to TRK. Raziers 2 times in a row now conceding possession on nothing. A couple of big mistakes. Can he recover now? He's got 30 boosts against TRK's flip reset. It's a mind game, and it's in.
The crowd erupting as TRK fakes to go high, gets the flip reset, sends Raziers just underneath the ball as it bounces. And then it's fully open for him to just tap in and launch the ballistic missiles towards that back net. TRK, though, only up by 1. 11 goals in this game with 70 seconds remaining.
Raziers choosing to go in field here. TRK is all over him.
Big
predicted the first touch there perfectly. Diving in to immediately intercept. He's trying to get his back corner boost as it spawns here. There it is, perfect timing by TRK. Raziers has a flip to work with. Decides to pop late. TRK this time does time his pre-jump effectively.
These saves garnering a lot of attention from the crowd as well. TRK, though, now on low boost, but a brilliant catch. The positioning, pixel perfect. Flicks past the ball, though, and now advantage towards Raziers. TRK, these quick challenges, giving Raziers 0 time, as that has been what has been giving Raziers these goals thus far. A fake touch around one side, and so rolls over the shoulder. Final 30 seconds. TRK wanting that possession, wanting that speed. Chance for Raziers now to attack. A flick potentially. Yes, it is! Into the top right corner with the crossbar assist.
That's unreal. Raziers did not have a lot of boost here. He's down to 20, but he just goes for it.
You have
realize that TRK is controlling the ball right now. If I don't shoot this opportunity, it might be the best one I've got. 6-6. Raziers showing up huge against TRK.
An incredibly close matchup between two awesome competitors. TRK not going for that mid boost, fancied himself that he was going to potentially lose out on a goal there right at the death of the game. Raziers challenging with TRK in his own corner. Final 15 seconds. Will TRK be able to end this in regulation? A flick opportunity. Tries to go for a strong 50 low. He does not lose challenges.
You know, I've been to the hotel gym a couple times. Haven't seen TRK there, but this guy has got such a strong hitbox. Where on earth does it come from? He just went right through Raziers. Now Raziers with 10 seconds left. Trails once more.
And these kickoffs going the way of TRK so far, and another one potentially will be doing the same thing, but a miss. Raziers though flipping into his own net. TRK is going to grab the boost, take it away into the skies. When this drops, it will be 2-0 to Falcons. Unable to keep that ball up the
single game. Beautiful 50-50. We're back to threes. Falcons are full control. 2v2 coming up next. You've got to think at this point, HEET have just got a bit too much to do, but if they can just get one win in threes, you never know. I mean, they really have to get it now, though. I mean, a reverse sweep against Falcons in this format seems completely inconceivable. They have to figure out a way to cause more problems for Falcons defense. They defended well. I think HEET defended very well in the opening game, but they didn't pose any threats. Now, second chance at it. Raziers coming off a tough loss. Gonna test the mental. This guy is such a lovely character. You mentioned earlier last night, yeah, a lot of the casters and players are chilling by the hotel pool, and Raziers just came by with about 50 bottles of water, keeping everybody hydrated. I mean, he knows we're in a desert out here, so yeah, always looking after everybody at the event. That's a nice stop by Raziers himself. Keep the game scoreless for now.
The stewardship shown by him translating onto the pitch as well, being that man to take the front seat in the 1v1s, wanting to help his teammates out as best he can. But it's a time now for Faris and Parker to do the exact same. Speak of the devil, and he will appear.
Faris with a lovely first touch there. Ground double to himself, chip into the middle. That's phenomenal control. Getting past two Falcons defenders, one after another, and it wasn't like there was a big gap between the challenges. He just recovered so quickly. Falcons were not ready for that one. 1-0 HEET.
The lead gained again. Parker with not quite enough boost to wrap that ball around to get it in. Raziers going for the double touch as he jumps off the backboard, reminiscent of a couple of goals we've seen historically. Faris with 15 into that back right corner, tries to bump Khaled off the ball, but both of them crawling. Just trying to approach it. Khaled again saving it from that side. Well, Parker reading it wonderfully actually, but nobody to support him. Faris again outplaying Ahmad. Can he get it around another? No, Khaled has learned this time. Chip was coming in. This time does not manage to work out for the HEET player. That ball drops central, attempted to be sent long. And Parker then able to do exactly that. A great dunk. HEET with pressure building, but TRK wanting to burst that bubble.
HEET getting a bit excited. TRK punishes the overextension. Raziers thought he was out of the 1v1. It turns out there's still more to come. TRK air dribbling over the top of him this time. No doubt Raziers thinking, oh no, here comes another 50-50 off the back of an air dribble, but TRK's got levels, he's got options, and he picks a good one there.
It's 2 minutes gone, one apiece. These teams much more even than I anticipated. Absolutely amazing push so far from HEET. As you say, a game win here would be huge for them. They would then be going into a 2v2 with a chance of a 3v3 later on, and with the confidence knowing that they've beaten them in this, but there's still a long way to go before we even get to that point. TRK in the skies again, wanting to dogfight with a couple of members from HEET. Khaled, though, takes to the ground as infantry.
Yeah, TRK caused a bit of chaos. Ahmad knew exactly where Khaled would be, just bangs the ball into the middle. Khaled slaps it straight into the center of the net. No nonsense, as usual, from Khaled.
Halfway through, Falcons with another goal to their name. The HEET knowing that they can score, and they can score a couple in the games as well. Raziers trying to chip over the top of TRK, but a pre-jump save and got quite onto that second tap, low on boost. Ends up falling to Khaled in that back corner, who then tries to assail the orange half on the left-hand wall. Sent long by Ahmad. O'Callaghan being intercepted though by Raziers. Ahmad so far been a little bit quiet in this series, I feel. TRK just going above that shot, but yeah, not too much I've seen from Ahmad thus far in the series. O'Callaghan though dropping it. Faris and Raziers both committing. We want them to be less excited, and both of them going to the skies is not going to achieve that whatsoever. TRK getting challenged alongside with Parker. A demo on Ahmad, a flick from Parker, but Khaled moving sideways across that net is able to save the shot away.
And suddenly a precarious position just turns into pre-jump clear, not just pre-jump save. Khaled always the rock at the back for this team. That's a big pinch. It might be close to the goal. It is, but it's well saved by Falcons. I think TRK scored a similar goal at the London Major to win in the grand final.
Yeah.
This time he was the one denying it.
Flip reset chance from Ahmad. Wanted to be the diamond in the rough. Parker can't drill it past Ahmad, who is in his blind spot. The missed double touch again off that sidewall does not lead to too much. TRK manages to just about miss that shot as Ahmad does manage to get a bump on the keeper. Khaled takes to the air in the midfield. That's Faris just having a shot saved away. Parker to shoot. Faris attempting to get a few more bumps and demos, knocking as many Falcons players out the way. Physicality so far not been a big part of this series, but the final minute we're seeing a few punch-ups start to emerge. From the backboard, Parker to the ceiling. Can he pinch it towards Faris? No, goes central instead as Ahmad does shut down that passing lane. Raziers now onto that right-hand wall. TRK sends it high. Faris beating out Ahmad, a rare sight for sure. Parker dropping to Raziers, shoots high. Will the double touch come in? No, Khaled to touch it away. But look at Raziers, just wants to get those nuisance touches. Does so, goes wide! And Khaled clearing it, potentially giving Falcons that dub.
Oh, nice time taken, but Ahmad's able to get it. It looked like such a marvelous setup there, but it just didn't sit well for HEET to the end. They've done what we asked. They've really created more problems for the Falcons defense, but it's still not been enough.
Bumps on their own offense will be making it more awkward. Faris tries to get that one shot off, sent long. Khaled to save, Khaled to miss, Faris to take the opportunity.
And finally, Khaled makes a mistake. His defense has been completely unshakable here. But after just dodging a demo, he did not reposition quickly enough to get the overhead clear. We've still got a second to play with here. I wonder if either team is going to try and get this ball up in the air.
We will see as Raziers and TRK both challenge for it. TRK can get the touch on it as well. Does send it.
Oh no, he
just long. And Faris is like, no, I'm good. We can do that again. Round two. Let's do it, boys.
I think after seeing the demo, TRK thought, no, I'm just going to put that one down. I'm just going to put it in the ground. Let's go overtime. HEET going 2 goals better than their game 1 performance. Massive improvement. Great adaptation in the 3v3. A much needed win against the run of the series. A little reset there by TRK, or by Raziers, sorry. He's going to use it for the recovery. Now here comes Khaled the other way. Trying to muscle through one. He does. Trying to go around 2. He does as well, but Raziers is able to intercept before any danger occurred in the center of the box.
Parker staying on that ball a little bit longer, so the double commit means he aren't quite able to push down as far as they would like. Low on boost as Falcons team tries to attack, but he again trying to do it on near identical boost by the looks of things. A bump coming in, Parker to miss. Back boost is going to fall to Faris. Parker has to retreat a little bit further than I think he would have liked. Stand back on that play. Ahmad to shoot, but on that sidewall, Parker messes up the recovery though. Instrumental to keeping this overtime alive.
Yeah, he almost blundered, but cleaned up his own mess there, Parker. Keeps his team in the game. Falcons just poised now. Sitting at the halfway line, waiting for a soft clear to come towards him. Absolutely paramount at the moment that HEET do not give away the ball without at least forcing one player out of the game. That's what they've done here. Actually taking a couple out. Khaled's got to be careful in this situation. It has got center. TRK's there.
Out of nowhere, Parker appears from the ceiling. And a chance to shoot for Faris, but 3 men in the Falcons net aren't scared of a double commit. Raziers keeping it central. Parker just waiting, lurking, shooting. And the ball being saved away. The crowd again loving seeing their Falcons home team do well. Faris though, teaming up with Parker. And who else to take a game from the Falcons?
How has Faris managed to pull this one off? That's some kind of mid-air pinch. He had to be careful not to save that one. But that touch was fully necessary. Parker, they didn't win, but they've had success in 2s throughout this tournament. Look at this. We've got Ahmad and Khaled. It's no TRK Khaled that we had yesterday. Ahmad stepping in for the 2v2.
The reason why, potentially, is because they lost that 2v2 versus Dignitas. They were beaten by Jack and Jorias, who, obviously, one of the best 2v2 teams in the world, rather. But Ahmad and Khaled, they're not too bad themselves.
Just look at Khaled walking through players if they're not even there. Just, okay, one, and then a second one. Ahmad trips up, receives recovery, and air dribbles in the open net. It really is quite ridiculous how consistently Falcons get to just roll through their opponents. Look at that, TRK relaxing, something we've not seen in any series they've played up until now.
And we always see, you know, those players who aren't playing in the 2v2 or the 1v1 going for free play, trying to keep themselves warm. Even yesterday, when TRK was having his 1v1 versus Jorias, Ahmad and Khaled were just leaning over watching that game. They didn't need to keep warm. They already knew that they were here to win. And TRK is showing an absolute abundance of confidence. Great pass in the center. Rocketed from Raziz, and Parker again strike the heart of the Falcons.
Ahmad was trying to get a bump on Raziers there. Raziers expertly dodges it before rifling a center ball towards Parka, who just as fast rifles it into the bottom corner. That was fantastic from HEET. Synergy is so clear to see for a team who are brand new teammates. They just continue to impress more and more every time you see them play.
2v2, a very interesting game mode. Sits somewhere between the intricacies and the chess grandmaster brain needed in a 1v1, and then the trust of the teammate and being aware of where the other players are on the pitch that you see in 3v3. Every single one of these players incredibly competent at every single game mode, but 2v2 certainly encompassing everything that you would like to see in Rocket League. Great touch over the top from Raziz. Ahmad wanting to retreat with that ball and picking up the boosts along the way, trying to starve out HEET so they cannot continue that push.
Yeah, just taking both boosts there, knowing that Khaled's going to rotate the other way, and he didn't want somebody following in behind him to take it away from him, so hoovering up every single pad that he can, even the small ones. It's great to see the original Saudi Arabia duo, the original Middle East duo, Ahmad and Khaled, in front of the home crowd. Now Ahmad, 1v1 with Raziers. Is he going to give him a headache as well? You bet he is! Long-range air dribble demo connects.
The speed gathered by Ahmad in the air, that of a fighter jet. Removing Raziz from his own net, and Dragons emerging.
TRK's delighted. He must be thinking, this is really nice. I can see why they kept putting me in for the 1v1s. I'm loving this.
Gets to have a snack, gets to have some water, do what he wants.
How is Khaled threatening with no boost and a 50-50? Oh, Ahmad with a brilliant reset as well. I mean, you're seeing the absolute difference in playstyle between these two. Khaled prefers to just roll the ball into his opponent. Ahmad flipping and spinning and rotating and spiraling around every single way that he could possibly think of. They are the absolute opposites, but they work together so well.
Like pairing a ballet dancer with a boxer. Oh, this Middle Eastern duo. And wanting a knockout in this fourth match on Utopia.
Lovely drive demo there. Sets up an aerial play from Parka. Ahmad up early, but Parka's still going. Khaled had to be strong in the goal line there. Key dodge into the ball to make sure that he's not going to get beaten. Razier's trying to be extremely tricky with that one. Faking the boost steal on the far side, instead turning around and shooting.
Hello. That's a bit cheeky by Parker, trying to go to the ceiling to lure any of the Falcons players in. Does manage to get it around one, but the ball falling to Ahmad in the end, who I really do not think we're showing up that much in the 3v3. I think he's just now getting engaged with the series, and this 2v2 has been a wonderful playground for him to show what he's capable of.
Razier's over the top of one, but Ahmad's early challenge should leave Khaled with ball control. That's why it's so key to challenge as a team in 2v2 more than any other game mode. You don't want to challenge when your teammate's not ready to follow up your challenges. If you do get outplayed, there's a small window where the opponent can't have ball control. They've just conceded it to outplay your teammates. So that's when you want to hit the challenge in. Ahmad and Khaled showing how it's done.
Under 2 minutes and 2 goals needed by HEET in order to bring it back to level pegging. A miss, though, coming in from one of the Falcons' attackers, Ahmad, I believe. Raziers to the ceiling with 40 meters. Can go up for one. The double try is masterful.
Bar down and in, Raziers. The gorgeous first touch there to set up the double. And he needed to be so quick because the window to beat both Falcons players was so small. And he manages to pull it off. I mean, if this guy's not signed by a top EU team in time for the next RLCS season, I don't know what EU's thinking. No doubt another regional snipe him, ship him overseas, because he is a problem in every game mode.
The hidden gem shouting his name on the international stage. You love to see it.
This.
Razier's going again. Who do you think you are, pal?
Unbelievable. Razier's goes right over the top of Ahmad, gets his reset, and perfectly reads the downward bounce and times his arrival to deny any save that could have possibly been happening on the goal line. 2 unbelievable solo goals against a solid Falcons defense. Razier's is a monster.
Razier's going near level with TRK in his 1v1 and now trying to take it against the 2. Gets a demo. Parker, though, taking that ball high safely over the top of Khaled. Wasn't able to get that shot off, though, as we approach 1 minute left. It is now dead even when 30 seconds ago, Falcons led by 2.
Key boost pick up there by Razier's. Ahmad start had to go all the way back. He was trying to steal that win away from Razier's. It's all about saving the shot and also landing on the back wall at the same time. That double commit's not going to matter. Razier's knew he could play for that one just in case Parker missed and then land inside the goal, but has he got 50-50 covered? Khaled goes through and Parker's back, though.
Good movement. Really nice
chance
movement.
Still for Falcons. They're stealing the boost away from one side. Parker's got plenty. Razier's not so much.
Great challenge, though. Manages to continue that push of the ball down the pitch. But Khaled finding Ahmad onto the backboard. Can he get some magic himself? Shut down by Parker. The final 30 seconds sees Razier's pushing. 50 boost. The flip reset. But Khaled knowing that he has to shut that one down as early as he can. The ball pinching central. Oh, Khaled is a mighty, mighty thorn in the side of HEET.
Big dunk from Ahmad. That was a risky play from Parker. He left the infield open. Tried to get a big win on the challenge when his teammate Razier's was not backing him up. Bit of a disconnect there from HEET. He should have been controlling the situation. Now they've got it all to do again. Here comes Razier's. Oh, Khaled's faked him off. Challenge expertly manipulated by a legendary player from KSA. Now it's just final few seconds. Can Razier's pull out more magic? He goes infield to Parker. I think it's a bit too far. Got to get a 0-second goal.
Opportunity for them to do exactly that, but Parker with not enough boost to chase that ball into his own half.
You're trying to dodge it. Surely Falcons are trying to pick it, but TRK,
Yeah.
he's already won a series with the 1v1 yesterday against Dignitas, so Falcons quite happy to put all of their faith in him. Not that it was them that picked that one. Yeah, I could see that. I think Falcons would pick if it does go to a game 6.
It's a big if. It's a monumentally large if. Falcons in this 3v3, if they win it, they will be going through into the semi-finals to face off against the best team in South America right now. He is just aiming for that to never happen. Parker actually able to get a decent shot off, but does go just a touch too high. Manages to demo out Ahmad from that back line. TRK is back on the pitch. He's able to pass. A pinch high from Faris and Parker combined to the backboard. Razier's really fancied the pre-jump on that one. It just leads to more continued pressure, though.
Save.
Parker on that goal line. Oh! And the miss from the skies by Ahmad.
Yeah, boost is completely at zeros there. Parker picked up 100 as the counter-attack commences, but Falcons showing just a barrage of shots there. Luckily for HEET, they were able to survive it. I think that last shot, if it was on target, would have been difficult to save.
They were gifted a 0-0 in that moment, I feel.
Uh-oh. Oh, good stop again by Faris. The defense has really been tested. That was an air dribble combined with a flying demo attempt from a player out of the play. Falcons just throwing everything at them here, and I think that's a good idea. Just really put the pressure on them. They're the team who are facing triple elimination point. So just get in there, test the defense. Right now, HEET are passing that test.
Until Ahmad gets his shooting boots on, that is. Just going a little bit too far away from that goal. Wanted to set up a teammate potentially with the pass instead of the shot to lure out a goalkeeper. Razier's challenging with Ahmad in the midfield. Minute and a half or so gone as Parker into the skies. Did so well in that 2v2, but Khaled diving in front of that net to save it away. Pretty routine chance for him. Razier's up for that double. We saw the magic he could do. TRK instantly responding by going for the in and out save. Not needed this time, though.
Yeah, every single Razier's aerial play. He's just stealing the show today. I mean, he's against the crowd favorites, 3 mechanical monsters, and Razier's has actually stolen the show with the clips, somehow. Just keeps on putting them together in every single game mode.
Lofty ball, sees Razier's catch it again in that midfield. A lot of midfield play at the moment in this game. It's Ahmad pinching towards that backboard alongside Parker. Khaled sending it lofting, floaty again, not too much pressure direct on that net of HEET. Ahmad meeting with TRK. A fake out, Khaled to shoot, but a block coming in from Raziz. A quick turnaround would grant a goal to them. The mid boost unavailable for Parker.
It's a great read. Raziz again, difficult to get past. All of HEET have been in this game. Faris keeping control of the ball. They're inviting Falcons in. You know, Falcons have sent everything forward. Now Faris on the counter-attack. He skips past too. Looking for the infield. TRK's all over it. Both teams have done such a great job reading those close-range passes.
But that pass somewhere in the middle, not quite a shot, not quite a pass. It sort of dribbles it towards TRK. Raziz with the flip. Unable to get it, actually. 0 boost. So can't get closer to that ball as he would like. Now, Parker continuing, pinching it into the midfield, even with 0-0. Both teams unable to sink one. On the wasteland until Faris taking advantage of that bump in the sky.
Yeah, Khaled was trying to get a knock into the corner here. It looked like the contact might have actually sent him into an awkward touch. Definitely he was aware of the incoming player. Probably expected a mid-air 50-50 there, but HEET with a really nice play there. Just leaving the ball. Khaled mistouches it downwards. And for once, infield is undefended. Now here come Falcons. Raziz quickly up to block Ahmad. Can they win another 3v3? They've won one already. They'd actually be the team with more 3v3 wins if they can get this one.
Parker flicking safely to that left wall. It's a good idea as Khaled finds himself quite awkward at the back. Has 40 boost and pass over towards TRK with an even amount. Ahmad with 100. Just has the ball sent over the top of him. Can Parker get a double touch? Not quite, but the shot coming in. Saved away by Khaled. Double commit from Ahmad and TRK. Khaled again touching onto the backboard. Falcons have to chase.
Yeah, now it's actually HEET who are controlling most of the game. And loving this back corner control. Such composure from HEET. Not worried about Falcons moving forward and challenging them in these positions. The speed has been key. I mean, Falcons known as such a quick team in the air. You've got to get up fast and challenge them. Now here's Khaled, of course, being challenged quickly by Parker. That allows a free touch for the goalkeeper.
Nearly bumped just a player out the way and continued on his trajectory to try and get that block again. Final 30 seconds. HEET leading 1-0. That timeout doing wonders. Something like a 65% win rate for a team that takes a timeout in that next game. TRK going high with that chance, 15, but Raziz learning from his mistakes last time and can go up against the brilliance of TRK's ones game. Khaled, left wall, 40 boost, gets the ball taken away by him by Faris. Challenges time and time again from HEET. 5 seconds ticking down, Raziz to send it long. Suddenly, it falls to Khaled with a single boost to make magic out of it, and he passed it on to a magician in Ahmad. The whiff, the drop, the tactical fake.
One which it looks like it is. Oh no, it's 2v2 actually. This time it's TRK and Ahmad. So
interesting.
The third combination. We've seen every single combination from Falcons. Looks like Khaled deciding, I'm not feeling it today, boys. Get in there. This is going to be a very different playstyle. The most aggressive combination Falcons have got.
Will it pay off that unbridled aggression? TRK instantly proving, yes, it will.
Like, that's just such a convincing air dribble. Look how difficult it is to read that fake. I mean, you can forgive them for thinking that was going to be an air dribble 50 or an air dribble over the top. TRK so deceptive in the setup, waiting till the last second. Really not telegraphing the flip reset at all. And once he's got it, it's just game over.
Raziz, though, knowing that they were able to take it incredibly convincingly to the previous 2v2 team, why not able to do it when it's TRK? The bump coming in is bumped himself. The recoil of it sends him into that save. Ahmad to the ceiling, 65 boost. Still retains his flip. Gets sent very nicely towards TRK, who again, with Falcons, one player goes in, goes to those blocks, has that ball challenged by multiple members of the opposition team, and then a man is there to poach.
It's just it's amazing to see the resources Falcons have got with their 2v2 lineups. We saw Khaled and TRK yesterday, a very defensive, a very grounded approach against Dignitas. It didn't prove to be successful. We've seen the original, the OGs, Khaled and Ahmad teaming up, and that was the yin and yang, the complete opposites that seemed to perfectly combine. Now you've got TRK and Ahmad, two mechanical masterclasses on the field at once. I mean, how do you defend this? It is an absolute nightmare. You know, you just have to be, I think attack is the only way to defend against this team. You can't play that counter-punching style that HEET have wanted to do. This really could be a stroke of brilliance from Falcons.
And that aggression has worked for them so far. They've been outspeeding Falcons on a lot of the plays, and that is what granted them So many of these goals and these opportunities, and ultimately the game wins. Parker in the midfield, challenging versus Ahmad. Gets it towards that right-hand wall, and again, Parker is there. Parker showing up alongside Raziz, who has been that man who's stolen the show, but what is he without the showrunner Parker by his side?
So still plenty time for HEET. I'm sure their confidence will still be resolute. 2v2, a much more volatile game mode than threes. You're more likely to see flurries of goals. I mean, 1 goal in a 2-goal deficit is absolutely all you need, with 2v2 kickoff strats being so deadly to go up against. And I'm sure HEET have got a couple of tricks up their sleeve in that regard. But as the time ticks down, if we get to 1 minute and they're still down by 2, that's when it gets scary. For now, though, I think they're just going to keep the same strategy, try and make sure not to make any mistakes, not leave any openings. Oh dear, they've left one here though. Ahmad thinking about demoing the last man. TRK defended well by Parka. He was alone against 2 ridiculous players, but he's done well. Now it's Ahmad's. He's gone under the first challenge, similar to TRK's opening goal of the game. Half the game gone now. It's still HEET with a lot of work to do.
But it's certainly slowed down a lot in terms of these goals being scored. There's still a lot of challenges happening in the skies. Falcon's taking it very happily up into the air, whereas HEET seem to be wanting that grounded game a little bit more. Which one of those styles is going to be working out better? Thus far, it has been the skies as TRK again goes high with it. HEET, I saw the player in the back have a boost.
TRK's got nothing. Well, he grabbed 12, grabbed another 12 pad, accelerated into the play. I mean, TRK just too quick with it. Parka had to be in position more quickly there. Raziers forced TRK to go to the ceiling and down again, and that was Parka's window, but he just missed it, and TRK punished him.
3 goals, Falcons taking that lead on home soil. The bump coming in. Look at that missile flying through onto the blue half of Neo Tokyo. Raziz overtaking, forces TRK high.
Yeah, Ahmad not doing enough there, left TRK in a bit of a pickle after missing the demo. I mean, he just went full send, went completely into the demo there instead of maybe just making sure that he's got some ball pressure. So little mistake there by Ahmad. HEET back in it within 2 goals. They have looked second best by a much larger margin than the opening 2v2. It looks like the play styles of Ahmad and TRK and the combination of Ahmad and TRK has proven to be a tougher nut to crack than Khaled and Ahmad did. Other teams will tell you different. It really just depends who you're up against. TRK does not have any boost here. He's had to speed flip back to this, but he won't catch it. Parka scores again.
Parker equips the scope, pulls the trigger, bang, sends it down the opposite side. And TRK, as you say, no boost, cannot quite find his way back. The 16-time zoom managing to get HEET yet another goal. Now, only separated by 1. They've scored 2 in about 90 seconds. They just need 1 in the following 90.
That's just 2v2 for you. 1 mistake, 1 overextension, and you're in big trouble. There's no third man to help you. There's oftentimes not a goalkeeper to save you. As Falcons found out there, TRK has to be back quick. He is.
I bought into the hype just then. It really felt like that was the one, that TRK wants to be the one to get this goal to send Falcons ahead by 2. Ahmad delaying, waiting, lurking.
Oh.
Parker able to send that save away, however. Good boost still by TRK. And this position.
Wow.
Just grabs the boost, grabs the ball, grabs a 2-goal lead.
That touch from TRK to enable him to get back to the ball without jumping. The fact that he's perfectly hit that first touch into a position that he can just drive into after landing makes it impossible for the challenge to land in time. Unreal ball control from TRK. He's just been wowing us all weekend with his aerial control, his ground control, the ways that he's controlling the pitch. Unbelievable to see. He's in another 1v1 situation. It's Parka this time. Ahmad an option on the far side. TRK around 1. He's not going all in here. They realize that's the mistake.
Doesn't need to.
They've got the 2-goal lead. They're going to just look to close out the clock now. Win this game, win the series.
30 seconds remain on Neo Tokyo, and potentially for the rest of this game. Maybe the last one we're going to be having on this incredible Saturday at Gamers8. Parker flip resetting, but Ahmad just so patient, waiting. Tries to pinch it down the other end. 15 seconds. Raziz has to get something now, but the ball running away from him. TRK send it back. Parker the shoot, but TRK falling on that ball. Elation starting to rocket around the stadium until...
Hold on. HEET send everything. Parka manages to force Falcons to lose control of the ball. Amadus was trying to carry it down to the ground there on 0 seconds. Parka broke it free. Razier's got the snipe underneath TRK.
1 goal, 3 seconds, game 7 potentially. Parker able to challenge with that, but Ahmad having that nice close challenge up, leaves that ball up in the skies. The ground is vulnerable, and Team Falcons take it against HEET. They are your final semi-finalists.
4 regions in the semis of an international Rocket League LAN for the first time. We should have seen it coming. The first time we've come to the Middle East for a LAN, everybody knew they were going to show up. At this point, there's no doubters. I don't need to tweet about this anymore. It's expected. Falcons have done it. They continue to deliver under all the pressure in front of the home crowd. They are the team to beat.
That flag flying in the crowd. So much pride, as we've seen the entire time, for the Falcons and for every single Middle Eastern team. Fist bumps raining in, just seeing the players shaking their head like, man, you're good. Where on earth did you all come from? Fantastic play as well by HEET. Go on, give Braziers a fist bump.
Oh, don't leave it, Magnet, no.
Khaled, don't you dare.
Actually, you know what? Khaled is actually just restraining himself there. He knows that if he 50-50s Razier's in a fist bump, he might break his hand. So he's probably saying, listen, it's best that I just let you hang there. Sorry, but I don't want to win another 50-50 against you outside the game.
Yeah, that's very fair. And Team Falcons going through into that semi-final. An amazing performance by both teams. But why do we need to break it down when we have the incredible analyst desk to do it for us?